Sharon here with My Crafty Greetings, and we are going to be doing some Scrappy Tails cards today with some decor ribbon. We're going to pull this pokey wire out, but we're going to put this on some cards today. There's tons of stuff that you probably have in your stash that you maybe haven't thought about as being items for you to use on cards, and I'm telling you, you can put anything you want on your cards. And I know I've mentioned papyrus before, but if you've taken a look at those papyrus cards, they have taken a cue from our community, I'm quite certain, and they have been sticking just about everything on a card, and I'm just saying, free your mind and your heart will follow. So, okay, I can't sing, but I do get super excited about my craftiness. Now, I was looking at this, and if you pull the wire, you can get a totally ruched circle. But that's more fun we'll save for another day. These little wires, I wind them up to make sure that they're not all over my craft room poking me. You can save them and use them for other stuff if you want. Now, there are some of these ribbons that are tougher, and please use your durable scissors for cutting those wires. If you use your good snips, you're gonna wreck them. These specific ones have the plastic along the sides, and the wire is always hard to get out. So if you can get a little piece and a pair of pointy tweezers, just grab it and twist is the key. Give it a little loop so that when you pull, you've got something to hook there. So again, grabbing that wire, give it a good twist and pull, and that'll yank it out, and then you can have these edges. Now, if you can't get at it, snip up the side and then peel it away like this, and then you'll be able to pull the plastic and get that wire. Now I have my Slimline snow globe spinner here, and I wanted to do that trick for the alignment before I snip this apart, because of course with the CNC machine it's made it perfectly aligned so that if I want to make perfect die cuts in the future, I'm going to give myself a template to follow this by. So I'm going to put it on my my magnetic sheet here, and I use a Gemini. So I'm just going to rearrange my little pile here, and instead of my magnetic sheet, I'm just going to put this in, and I'm going to tape it down and throw it through the machine. Now, I had already thrown it through once, and when you look at this, you can see the divot's not very deep. And so I'm putting this piece in, and it's going to cover the areas that I need to. I was just double checking. So once I put that through, I did it without adding the side panel so that you could see the difference. And these are going to be much deeper. See how much deeper that is? You want to make sure that you get it in deep enough so that you can catch your thumbnail in it, because that's where you're going to be catching the blades to make sure that this aligns up well. And it's just a matter of getting this sandwich tight enough. You don't want it so tight that it actually cuts through your magnetic sheet, but you do want it snug enough that it's going to allow those to catch like this. So you can see how this is going to hold that in place, and that's how you're going to get that perfect placement. Just line up whatever dies you want to use, put some tape on it, and then you can flip it off, and look at that perfect alignment. So no matter what combination you're going to do with your dies, you will have the opportunity to realign them perfectly. Now I am experimenting with some paperback dies to see how they work. Now the other thing too, shims, don't forget, you don't have to use new sheets of paper for shims. I've got just a Canadian Tire flyer here. Yes, I'm in Canada. And very shortly, I will be out of snowstorms that look like this. So this is the Slimline Village Spinner Die add-on. And I have also got this sentiment set from Tim Holtz with Sizzix. I've got my little piece here. I'm pulling out my wires. And I thought this was nice because it looked like a rustic piece of ribbon. It was in a discount bag. I think I paid all of like $1 for that entire big, huge roll. So I've got Peace on Earth at the side here. And then I had gone and hand cut this. If you don't have the spinner die itself, which is an awesome die and gives you so many cutting opportunities. You can see how this fits this plate. So anything that you want to have a cool little window or backer, you can use that plate. But if you don't, just hand cut the background or die cut the one with the snow in it. So I did take this piece of craft paper here and ran it through to put some texture on it. I'm adding a layer of black, and then I also wanted to add some snow onto this glitter, and I'm using some full strength gesso here to flick on, and it's going to allow some little strings like it's a bad blizzard. I don't know why I'm giving these poor people a bad blizzard when I'm running to escape this as soon as possible. I'm hopefully going to be in the US in no time soon, enjoying the nice warm weather down in sunny Myrtle Beach. And I'm doing what I can to pack up my craft supplies and get on the road, and looking forward to seeing all my friends down south and getting up to some card making videos in the sunshine. So I'm just adding some, this is just fabric, 3D fabric paint. There you go. And I use this a lot in my videos. I tend to be a little bit renegade when it comes to my stuff. You see me use tons of different things, and I am a huge advocate of using and reusing your supplies and using everything you can get your hands on. And if you combine them together and rethink the way you look at your supplies, you're going to find that you have tons of crafty things that can be inspiring, fun, and give you unique finishes and card compositions. So I'm just going to take the little pin here and I'm going to spread that into the little window gaps. I could have put a little piece of paper behind it. I don't know why I didn't. I felt like doing that. Now, one of the things that I do is for the ribbons that tend to be loosely woven, a rather thin consistency, I like to put a piece of Nina Solar White behind it. That's just 80 pound. That helps me lay it out nice and flat. And I'm going to kill this glue thing. Is there not been a lot of tape lately that's been not behaving properly? I've had a few rolls that I don't even know. But persevere. I do not let those get in my way when I'm crafting. I will fight a glue gun to the death so I can finish my card. And hopefully I get through this roll quickly. Maybe I can get some of that jungle tape when I'm down south. I usually order a bunch of supplies as soon as we get down there. So I'm just adding some ATG to the back of this, and then of course I've got my packing foam sheets, which is a freebie and it's good to the environment. I'm cutting another little strip here just to hold up the side of that little spinner detail piece that we have. I don't want it to sink down on the one side, and because the front's wet, I couldn't glue it to the back of it. So I'm gonna glue down my piece on earth here, and I also am going to steal a star from the Angel spinner die, and this star has been in a number of releases. If you take a look, I think the Fairy Friends has this star, and there's just all kinds of stars like this that you can find throughout Sabrina's different die sets. She always uses up all that extra little space. I'm just showing you there. This is also wired ribbon that I'm using, wired organza ribbon. That's still nice to use on a card. You just want to use some zip dry glue or some E600 to glue it down. And then I just use the tweezers. It only takes a few minutes for that glue to dry, but there you go. That is our first card. Fast and easy. A couple layers, a detail spinner, and I've added a few tiny embellishments plus that decor ribbon. You can probably get pieces of decor ribbon from your friends if you put the call out. I have tons because I have a little addiction to buying that darn ribbon. So this is the Christmas tree spinner here. So many great pieces with it. I'm just using the two pieces here. I cut out a metallic green Christmas tree and a glitter gold Christmas tree. And then I also stole that little band piece from the book add-on die set that came in the previous release. And what I did notice about my red cardstock here is it just was lacking life against that ribbon. So I decided to take an ink blend, some aged mahogany in here, and that's just going to brighten it up. Ink blending over your colored paper can really help, and sometimes just adding a little bit of background stamping. If you're looking at a card and you're like, it's just missing something, it's blah, but go subtle. Always go for a subtle look. Now I'm just going to add some dots of glue here, and I'm using a good amount of art glitter glue here to make sure that it grabs onto that glitter. I always have this fear that my stuff's not going to stick together, especially if I'm gluing paper to glitter cardstock. The fear of glue failure? Anyone else? Anyone else? Or is it just me? Put some pressure on that. Now, one of the things is I added that neat little strip of tape and thought that this was going to really do the deal for my card. And once I did that, I actually created an imbalance in my card. So you'll see I fixed that by actually cutting some strips off the side. If you ever look at your card and you know that something's not right about it, persevere. Keep going until you get it right. If you have an instinct that something's out of balance, your instinct's probably correct. It's just learning those little tricks like cutting an extra little piece off here, adding a little layer there. You can see that this has just thrown it all off where I wanted the tree to end up. It's not going to end up until I take away some of this side. That's getting a little bit better that it's going to be out of the middle of the card. And I actually cut a little bit more off, and then I finish that up by adding another layer that's got a gold outline to it. So I'm going to stick my season's greetings at the bottom, and I'm going to glue this straight on. So that's a panel, that's already a card panel that I got from Michael's that had a gold border printed on it, and it was on clearance. So of course, clearance for me, ding, 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 that's a winner. Oh, excuse me, I have such a sticky throat today. I don't know what's going on. I wanted to add a little bit of packing foam to the back of this to just pop it up. And once I get this stuck down with some art glitter glue, one of the things too that I thought about with this packing foam that is a great idea. I don't know if you like to keep your blocks nice and shiny. Put a little piece of packing foam down in between. That will keep it from sticking and mucking up your blocks. Now I'm going to add a whole bunch of what do you call these? This is glitter glue. I'm going to add some Nouveau art drops, some homemade art drops, some different little things. You can leave the holes open, but I decided to fill them in and make them really pretty. Now, if you've made it this far in my card video and you're enjoying what you're seeing, I sure would love it if you would subscribe. I love everybody who has subscribed. Thank you so much for doing that. Give me a thumbs up, click that little thumbs up button. Don't forget to hit the bell, and do leave me a comment. I know I get terrible at responding to everybody, but I do read them all and I thoroughly enjoy it. I gotta tell you, it just fills my crafty little heart and keeps me scheming and thinking about what my next video is going to be about. So I added a few more of those stars to this card, and you can see how that tree landed in the right spot and looks so much more in balance. I love that detail from the book add-on from the last release. It's so pretty. And an easy card to do. Now, of course, here's our hero of this release. I gotta love this Nutcracker spinner and all his great little things that come with him. I look at this stuff and I think if you need a mustache and eyeballs, you want a hat, boots, a sword, there's so many things here that you can use for other critters, other things that you might be making. But you can just die cut the whole image itself, and I just colored that in so quickly. That's just one die cut on Nina Solar White. Now I did this one on gold paper, excuse me, and I added gold details in different gold papers just to have a gold on gold kind of finished little guy here. And I thought it looked really great because this ribbon has a velvet kind of texture to it and all that extra gold to it. And now we've got a gold outline, and I thought this subtle brick pattern was really going to do the deal. I love this. This die set, can I say that this is my favorite die set? And is it like terrible that I keep saying that this is my favorite die set about, or my favorite release about all of the Scrappy Tails releases? I don't know. Sabrina just outdoes herself every single time. I just think, you know, there's no way of topping this release, and then she's going to top it. You just know she is. So anyways, all of my links are going to be down below, and if you have been using my links and supporting my channel, thank you so much. It does absolutely help me when I'm buying my supplies to have that extra commission coming in. It's gratefully appreciated and at no cost to you. And if you are looking for any of these products, or you just want to go for a shop with Scrappy Tails, I do hope you think of me and you do use those links to check the products out or to go and do your shop. So we're going to get this little guy glued on here. It's very simple. I added some tiny little strips of packing foam, and I'm not going to put you through having to watch me glue this stuff down. Oh my goodness. This is probably a time when foam tape would have been a brilliant time to use it, but I like this stuff because it's so much thinner. I think that it gives the right amount of lift without too much lift. It's free, and Yeah, I should have just grabbed the foam tape. Wah, wah. Oh well, I get this little guy glued on here, and I'm going to add my season's greetings. And if you look carefully, you notice that I dotted the I with my, or dotted the tittle over my N instead of my I. Oh, hopefully nobody notices that. Do people really notice that on cards? Do they look at it and go, the tittle's in the wrong spot? Some crazy girl did this card. Put a little bit of packing foam on the back of this, and I'm gonna stick it on. I'm gonna add a few little bits of embellishments, and you have to excuse my photos today. I'm absolutely fighting with all the rain that we've been having in Canada and the lack of natural light for being able to do some great photos. And I'm hating my photo software. I don't know what's going on. But thank you so much for joining me today, and I do hope that you found some value in these videos today. Check Scrappy Tails out. Absolutely love them. They're an awesome company. Check out the 5x7 card makers on Facebook, and here are some more videos. Thanks for watching. Bye!